Well, hello there. Well done, Badger, being first there. We have a fresh box. Fresh. Still shrink wrapped and everything. Of Legion Kratos. Heavy Tanks Squadron for Legions Imperialis. And yeah, I thought I could do some probably today. And then I thought, hell, why not hang out with some awesome people? And it's good to see who survived New Year's. Happy New Year to you too, mate. And morning, Greg. How's breakfast? Oh, look, more decals. So unfortunately, I say that with these, the Imperial Fists, you know, big and small, but yeah, just sort them out. One's over here as well. Yeah. So I'll put them in the pile of decals over there. Hey, Sophus. Happy New Year, mate. Still a plague house here, sadly. But we made it in 2024. I'll tell you what, right? I feel that I've actually, once we crossed the threshold of the 2023-2024 threshold, I'm actually into a parallel universe. Because this morning I went out to go check on the kids' cat. Because they're away at the moment. And coming on to the 127 from Rayleigh, there was a Audi in front of me. Matte finish, grey, that sort of, someone's invested in doing that sort of matte finish to look cool, militarised type of Audi. And its indicators were working. The guy indicated to come off the slip road onto the 127, and that doesn't happen. Especially in those sort of circumstances. If it was an old boy driving it, yeah, you've got a 50-50 chance. Indicators worked, and he pulled across, and I was just like, what? I almost crashed. But yeah, it was unexpected. So I feel I might be in another plane of existence. I'm feeling extremely fragile. Oh, bless you. Happy New Year to you all. Yeah, I did hit the source quite a lot yesterday. So when I got back in, started doing dinner and stuff, I was drinking. I bought a 4-pack of cans of Bud, the 500ml cans, sort of thing. Not the real big ones, but the next ones up. Those ones. And I'd gunned them. I was relentless. And then I was on vodka and lemonade, because I had no. I had one Jack Daniels honey and Pepsi Max. Then I hit the beers, and then I was left with the vodka. So it's all good. It's all good. But yes. So just getting the hang up. Excellent. What's going on? Sorry. I'm calling bullshit. Guy clearly wanted to drop cash on that Audi custom paint wrap, and he also upgraded the optional indicator package. I know he indicated everything. Although I think he was probably a bit annoyed because as I was coming round the roundabout, he was drifting across the lanes, and I was keeping to my lane because I don't know where I wanted to go. And then I sort of just went past him. But yes. So I just let him rush off because he can't go that fast. It's a 50-mile-an-hour only area. So it's like, okay, you do you. Speaking of decals, the 4-year-old Imperial Fist HH decal is really, really good for IA stuff, it seems. Anyone got any different legions and found the same? I have used from the Age of Darkness box set. I used some of the stuff off of those decal sheets, like the small symbols, for my Imperial Aeronautica stuff. So like the real small, like knee pad sort of decals, they're the ones that you want. Because I say, like with all the decals you get for the vehicles and stuff, they're all the same one, just smaller, which is all well and good. It's all nice. You know, you've got a nice selection, and it's nice to have decals as well. But you don't just want to do those ones. You know, you just want like, you know, the plain mailed fist sort of stuff. Like hold up, yeah. So like these ones. There you go. So this is the Age of Darkness decal sheet. So these ones we could do the Black Templar ones. You got them white. The Imperius Raptorus or whatever it is. You know, I fought alongside the Emperor. So you got a nice selection of them on there, which are perfect for airplanes. Small ones of these. You could get away with like roof ones with some of these, I suppose. But yeah, and like these for like the bigger stuff, like you can pretty put that on the side of a Thunderhawk. So yeah, you've got some nice size bits there to be getting on with. What is this weird ass time you streaming? Yeah, well, as I say, I was going to do some hobby today because like I'm having a day off from stuff today. I've got stuff to do tomorrow because it's my day off tomorrow. But today I'm doing hobby. So I thought, sod it, let's get the stream on, see if anyone's about, wants to come out and play. Oh, yeah, it was not bad. You know, I didn't go to bed until about 2 last night. I just got overtired. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Age of Darkness sheet. I forgot I even had that. Most people do. Should do a fancy Audi wrap of a rhino. One of the huge fish decals. Yes. Right. Let's get going. So we need this bit here. Dunk and dunk. Dunk and dunk. With a bit of a dunk. And doing them in twos. I had a result yesterday. Got messaged by somebody. I kind of know, but I don't know. If you know what I mean? Like, you know, online person I know of, but not really had any sort of direct dealings before. And he messaged me because I get it quite a bit. You know, when people just message me and say like, "Oh, I've heard you're the guy who likes Titans and all that," and I'm thinking of getting rid of my Titans. But normally I go, "All right, well I'll ask around," sort of thing, which I exactly said to this chap. But I said, "Well, okay, yeah, let us know what you've got and what you're after for them." And he did so, and I was like, "All right, okay," and it was a really good price as well. So I thought, fuck it. If I'm doing a 10th Legio, I might as well get some reinforcements. So they're like part built, apparently magnetised, and yeah, I'll be getting some reinforcements for the 10th Legio. Sorry. And for those who aren't aware, who wasn't around on when I did sort of mention it the other day, I mentioned it once, but it's going to be Gryphonicus. So, although slightly different because currently I'm going to have a lot more Warhounds than Reavers. So I only have 2 Reavers and 1 Warlord and 8 Warhounds. So yes. I'm officially back at work on Wednesday, but made the mistake of checking my work email today. Going to work on stuff tomorrow means less work over the 3 official days I'm on. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you know, if there's only so much stuff you can do, and sometimes you just go, you know what, I'll just get it done. I've got nothing better to do. might as well just get out of the way to make the rest of your week easier. Watched some. It was a really impressive firework. I'm not talking about the ones on TV because obviously midnight came. Everyone starts, you know, cheering, woo, and all that sort of stuff. And the fireworks, or the Battle of Essex, as I like to call it, because there was so much stuff going off. But we looked out of the front room window, and there was some fireworks going off over there. But as we looked down along like the horizon for what we can see, there must have been a coordinated plan of attack, because there was this one bit that stretched along the road. They're all sequential, going up at the same time, same heights of fireworks and all that sort of stuff. And it's just like, that's like somebody's basically setting off fireworks along a street, the entire length of a street somewhere. So it was pretty impressive to see that. But it was like, wow. Was not expected, because you normally just get that woo, woo, wee, and all that sort of stuff. But it was like, wow, it's just along the whole horizon, everything just going off at once. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. Yes, so done my chores today, tidied up the kitchen, emptied the dishwasher, made some lunch. I'd say yesterday's dinner, it's the second time I've only ever cooked like a roast dinner. First time was on Monday when I cooked Christmas dinner, and it was a repeat performance. Oh damn, that was fine. And that, you know, because we have chicken for Christmas, we don't bother with turkey. But cooked this chicken, you know, done all the vegetables, roast potatoes we have cayenne pepper over them as we're roasting them. Nice little kick. Goes well with the flavours. Love it. So made it all. Ate that. That was huge. My plate floweth over with food and gravy. And then obviously we only ate, between me and Sam, we only had like half the chicken, like the breast sort of thing. So cooled it, fridged it, had it for lunch for a couple of rolls. The chicken, I honestly, I've never been so proud. That chicken was perfection. Oh dear, do it as a job. Probably tastes like rank for somebody else. Yes. So sidey bits. So everyone else have a well, we know Sophus had a bit of a rough one, and obviously Greg is ill with the plague. Badger, how about you? Did you have a good New Year's Eve? I said turning up to the Maximal Fire Discord hangout the other day. I honestly, I only popped in there because I wanted to wish everyone happy, like, New Year and all that sort of stuff. And obviously the quiz was already going. I came in at the round where they were doing the book covers. So I'm like going, oh yeah, there's that one, that's that one, there's that one, that's one. That's one. There was only one of them I didn't know. Or I got a name wrong. So I think I got confused with like one of the, what do you call them? One of the novellas. And it wasn't a novella. Yeah, I only literally turned up just to say, like, wish everyone, like, Happy New Year and all that sort of thing. Ended up staying around, and that those vouchers one. I woke up at 3:30 the next morning. I went up. Fuck it, I'll do it now. Yeah, so got that. Ordered myself some Legions Imperialis orders tokens off the Battle Bling. So with my one that I won and the one that was all pretty much given away by the generous Johnny, that paid for the majority of it. So I just pay the rest and the delivery. So I've got them winging their way. I did just a few of us for some quiet drinks and watching Starship Troopers. It's a good film to watch. I think I need a rewatch of that as well. I got 2 wrong on that. I'd forgotten about the vouchers. Johnny emailed the one that I'd won, the code, and then obviously we had the other one. So as long as nobody's been a cheeky bastard and, nabbed them, because he only put in like an X amount of number, didn't he? Yeah, I couldn't believe how fast he drank that bottle of port. Like, literally, I thought, hold on a sec. That's 20 minutes. He was only drinking the sheep stuff as well. He was only drinking that sheep, yes. Port, try sake, that stuff will kill you. Drink a bottle in one go. Alright, Adam, how are you, buddy? I see that you survived. Well done. How was your Christmas? Did Father Christmas or Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him, get anything good for yourself? Long time no see. Yeah, I know. Especially on a Monday afternoon. Oh dear. Right. Ooh. Oh, weapons choices. Oh my goodness. Hey, Sip. Afternoon, Forge. Afternoon, all. Happy New Year indeed. Hello, you delightful little thing, you. Or big, yeah, you're obviously Big Sip. Is not your title. You're Little Sip. Right, I got a robot tank. Nothing wrong with robot tanks. Ross. Yeah, so past 2 days, as I say, with the success of the Sunday dinner and the leftovers, and the acquiring of some extra Titans for my 10th Legion, I'm having a great time. This is a great start to the new year. Right. What's a Sponson weapon? Sponson, yeah. So Sponsons, I feel I'm feeling the las cannons. Or do I go heavy bolters? Or do I go auto cannons? It's the choices with this is endless. Right, where's the auto cannons? Las cannons. So sponsored weapons, by the looks of things. Oh, there's Volkites. Oh, that's the roof. Yeah, so you got your 2 battle cannons, 2 melters. Yeah. No Volkites. Right. Let's try 1. Volkites on another. Listening while I play 40k against Little Big Sip, and the vast amounts of Tyranny stuff we got for Christmas. Well, I hope you survived the Tyrannid menace. I'm assuming you're using your orcs. And that's the thing, it's like, we're not working today. You think, oh, I really fancy going out shopping. It's only like garages that are open, really, isn't it? For the most part. No, not shopping. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about like shopping. I'm talking about like, going to like a game store. That's not considered shopping, is it? Surely you're making a visit, a peruse. Naked Blams. Don't all the sales kick off January 1st? I don't know, mate. I do generally just try to keep out of the way, but I don't. So I think it's like honestly, when I knew that I was off, the boss only told us in December. So like, all right, yeah, we won't be open New Year's Day point. Like, okay, cool, extra day, no problem. But then I thought, wonder what I could do with that day. Maybe I'll go up to Warhammer World. You know, start making plans. Go to Warhammer World and, like, you know, see what stuff, and they do that thing where they like release stuff or show off stuff on New Year's Day. It'll be awesome. And no, you're closed. Oh, right, okay. I won't be doing that then. I had a dream. Oh, you bastards. Get in there. The cells are supposed to... Sorry, not seeing any cells. Yeah. It is what it is nowadays. You just take what you can. Everything's weird there. Now apparently you even have Black Friday, which is baffling, without having Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't do all that sort of shite. Because you know, me being a critical mess. I just like looking at it going, it's just the stuff that you're going to get real cheap is the stuff that they don't want in their warehouses anymore. There's no real bargains, or they order the prices beforehand to boost the prices up to then reduce them down, so you think you're getting a deal and you're not. Maybe in the earlier days there were some stuff there, but they don't last. But it's just to clear the decks of all shit. All the old jank. Everything's weird there now. Apparently, so Fridays are always black. We have Bloody Sunday, Black Friday, Blue Monday, Super Tuesday, or Ruby Tuesday. Sorry, Ruby Tuesday. That's a colour. We'll do some exhausts. Exhausts, oh, exhausting. Apart from the storms, the wet, the cold, for those that are over here, I think. Obviously, Greg being out in the States with his... Have you sorted out your Google Home thing so you can actually have it in proper temperature? Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday is hump day, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's hump day for those that don't work weekends. So, yeah. Make sure it's the right way. But so apart from the mysterious indicator incident this morning, day's not been too bad. Building tanks now. What's bad? There's nothing bad with building tanks. Awesome. That. How's the game going, Sip? Hey, Judge. Snuck in. Happy New Year to you too, bud. Badger was first today. He swooped in like a magnificent eagle and claimed that spot. Oh, just getting started, Eric. So that's you know, just trying to keep up to date with the action at Shea Sip. Yes. I'm assuming you're playing at home. I'm making a lot of assumptions today. Excuse me, it's pronounced Ches. You've really gone native. Ches. Whereas, you know, it might be to the Francais, Ches. You say Chia. Silent Z. We invented language. We can do what we want. I'll be honest with you, I thought you said cheese. Yeah, go on. We've taken over the dining room table. My wife is super happy about it. Well, at least you're not under her feet. Not native. Mispronouncing French words on purpose is explicitly British. Bonk. Bonk-a-donk. Get those dozers. Cheers, fromage. That's That's the sorry, the pseudonym I gave to Leaky Cheese is I call him Leslie Fromage. He's an international art thief. Leslie Fromage. Yeah. Not fromage, from mage. Much better, yes. It has a magical quality. From mage. So yeah, it's no mate, it's fromage. Fro like Essex Fro, and mage like the spellcaster in it. Hard double M. Greg got it. Is that a cheese wizard? They are a thing. They are a thing, cheese wizards. So like tonnage. Tonnage. Or like whenever I'm walking around Blue Water, or even I think they might have the signs up in Lakeside as well, but it's mostly Blue Water. I remember is the Johnny Depp Eau de Toilette that he makes, which is sauvage. I always just go sausage because it's a simple thing that we like to do. Right. Turret time. I think I have the TTR PG that has weird glasses like that. It's like one of the little things that I used to, I go off sometimes on random tangents and create strange things. So one of my favourite creations was the lesser spotted bacon hamster. And just basically make up bullshit about this actual creature actually existing. We're talking to people and they go, it's real. Oh, yeah. Wherever there's bacon, there's a bacon hamsters. Out there somewhere. But yeah, it's that's the thing. It's like when you play role play games, sometimes you just find games like GURPS was one, I believe, where you had some really crazy stuff available. battle cannon. And then a melter cannon turret. So this is the first pair, because obviously with the Kratos kit you get 4 of those little bastards. Obviously Kratos melter cannons are very short range, so they're going to have to get up and personal. So what I was thinking was, with these, I would put them with the heavy bolter equipped one. Although saying that, he says, I can give the Sponsons las cannons and then put heavy bolter onto that, so it doesn't really matter. Don't worry, because there's no Volkites, so that's what we've got to do. So help scale and melter. Murky Bucket, Sivu Plat. It's January 1st, the missus is at work and I'm out of lead belcher. What are the odds I don't have another pot and work grinds half today? Or halt. Thank you, Imperial Magazine and Random Extra Prints. Yes! I had so much of Bad and Black, Lead Belcher and McCrag Blue from Conquest coming out my ears. I'm planning some melter PDS bolt action and then las cannons with the battle cannon. Yeah, because that's what I was sort of thinking as well. But because you've got a sponson mount here, but it'll be an auto cannon, 2 heavy bolters, melter, and then I was going to do las cannons. That's giving you a nice selection of obviously cloud clearing and anti-tank, anti-contemptor type stuff. So yeah, it's a thing. I'm surprised no Volkite there. I'm surprised. On the downside, I now have to keep painting the tiny men. I think I've batched too high for it to be fun. Yeah, like I got the 4 sprues done, and I've not really been in a mad rush to get the 4th one done. I will do, but you know it is. Crowd clearance. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sponsor melt time. Definitely gonna have my work cut out with all these Titans as well as tanks, because I've got obviously to do the other half of my collection, which is for the Emperor's Children, to be done. I was yeah, did contact my Emperor's Children buddy, Mr. Andy Hoare, because with my Emperor's Children I'm thinking about doing the old school style that you see in one of like Tony Cottrell's photographs from the original game photographs, where you had the Emperor's Children disembarking from a lander, and their vehicles were painted black. And the story was is that they were sort of that dark charcoal grey because they couldn't get hold of the paint to paint them purple, so they opted in the last stage of the heresy to paint their vehicles that sort of charcoal black. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my stuff. Lovely to have a little bit of a throwback, or callback as they call it in showbiz. Yeah. So let's count. Making sure I get that little bit of flash for that one. So, is anyone else having problems with their build projects with legions, or what is their 2024 goal? What are they looking to achieve? Is there new projects on the horizon, or just filling out existing ones? or no stock. Yeah, that can be a bit of a problem. My Heresy Scale Kratos. I didn't bother with the dozer blades. And weapon wise, I just went with auto cannons. Sponsons were going to be Volkites because they, 6 shots and the Volkite deflagrators. They're a very nice thing to have. But out of the 3 weapons that you got for the turrets, I was still a big fan of the battle cannon, just because you had the alternate ammunition option. So you had the anti-tank if need be. Yeah, fusion's good, with melters, but range and anti-tank is slightly edge. It edges it for me. And to be frank, say unlike the Sakaran, you only get the 1 turret. So, do you stick them or do you just leave them? I suppose you could do magnets. Got my infantry and basic transport sorted. I need lots of tanks, hopefully including the Mastodon and a few flyers. That'll take me over 3k. Nice. So. Goal for 2024, Q1 is to get my in-progress shelf clear, so many models that I've got half done before. Oh, Shiny Syndrome Kit. Yeah, we've all been there, buddy. All been there. Just to reply. I've been mentioned by people on stuff. I can't load it. What a shame. I'll check it out later. Lee, for the Kratos main gun, I didn't stick mine on. They push fit quite nicely with a little scraping after paint. Yeah, I thought that, but can't be bothered. And plus the top sections are different. I'm currently trying my hardest to make Platicard look into smashed road tiles around Titan fleets. Not winning. I found scoring and snapping worked best for that. Okay. Hello, go for it painting. How are you, buddy? You survived the New Year's, I see. Building some Kratos tanks here for legions. Sorry. There's a Kratos question. We've had a conversation. You wouldn't understand. Sorry. Cheers, Greg. I've got all the angled bits sticking up and looking ace. I think I might have to prime it before I see how it looks properly. Right. Heavy bolters. Heavy bolters was this one, wasn't it? So let's get these stuck on. Let's get these in play, shall we? Come on, focus, you bastard. There you go. So, heavy bolter sponsons with the las cannon sponsons, or whole sponsons and side sponsons. Then obviously the shorter range melter cannon, auto cannon there. And I'm thinking that this one deserves a pintle mounted weapon as well. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Take it you haven't just woken up. that's the thing with the GIMP or LIMP. You've got to cover all the eventualities, really. Because obviously infantry weapons work better against infantry, and whilst anti-tank weapons great against tanks, not so much against infantry. Everyone loves a pintle mounted weapon. Especially pintle mounted multi-melters. They're the best. And that's what I did with my Alpha Legion Heresy Army that was started last year. Every vehicle would have pintle mounted multi-melters. So all my rhinos, pintle mounted multi-melters. Because then, yeah, you drop your friends off and then you go around as like a little light tank with your multi-melter as that. Harassing. There you go, one Kratos. Yeah, I struggled with it too. I also attacked the edges with clippers here and there, just little nips to break it if it was too clean. It won't do it justice until there's paint for it though. And anyone drilling the barrels? That's do. Oh, mate. So mixing it up is quite handy. There has been people doing drills. I have seen it. I'll leave the dozers off for now because I can come back to them. Let's play it safe. Melting tiny holes in the floor slabs that emulate official bases with heated wire. Cunning. That's a good idea. I've been trying to figure out something like that would require 3D modelling. I'm sure there's people out there that will do 3D printed bases like that, or STLs. Side note, finally got breakfast secured, big mug of tea, half a pack of overpriced imported chocolate digestives. Totally worth it though. So size comparison. Yeah. It's a tad bigger, I'll give it that. And a bit more punch for sure. So that's not too bad going really. So each tank, well, obviously with the regards that I've been talking and pausing, you're looking sort of like, I would say 25 minutes per tank to build. Start again on the next one. I'll say next one, next two. Absolutely spent $80 in the British shop on December 23rd. Hello, Heat. So a late one last night, weren't it? It was with Crystal McDowell. She was doing a New Year's Eve Twitch stream, so jumped in on that. It's always fun when you're drunk. And there was it was on a Twitch stream. She can see your channel points. 1,500 channel points. You can put a dance request. So basically a song. You can play a song. So you put that in there. You pay your money. Link the song you want to YouTube. And it was coming up to like 5 minutes to midnight, and the last song was winding down. And I'd heard something in one of the previous songs that reminded me of a song from the 80s. And I thought, I'm going to put that as a dance song. And it was Star Trekking by the Firm. And just watching Crystal's face, like taking it in. It's hilarious. So we saw 2024 in, well, it finished just beforehand, but seen in the new year with Star Trekking. Entered a raffle at the friendly local game store to win a Leviathan, threw $20 in, so we'll see if the gods are with me to do a Tyranid army in 2024. Well, good luck to you. May luck always be in your favour. Doesn't time fly when you listen to classics? Did, but it was just like the look on her face was brilliant. Ah, okay, but she was definitely getting into it, because obviously, you know, there's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. Oh, Star Trekking, what an absolute banger! Yeah, starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. You timed it so well. So sometimes it just works out perfectly. How's the game going, Sip? Who got initiative? We want to know the runners and the riders. Oh. There was so Badger was saying earlier on where he'd been watching Starship Troopers over sort of the New Year's. I thought, wow, that's another one I've got to sort of revisit. Like, I only watched it last year, but it's one of those films you can just watch again and again, because you know what's going to happen, but you go with it. You still love it after all these years. Although one of the things I found quite amazing, I hadn't noticed before, was earlier, sort of last year, there was a thing going around that it was Mazzy Star, Fade Into You, played Liza Hullabalooza or something like that back in the 90s. And I thought, oh, I've never heard this song. I've never, you might have heard it, but you never really paid much attention to it. But you listen to it, you think, wow, this is really cool, really good. And her voice and the whole feel of the song. And I'm sitting there watching Starship Troopers, and it's in there. It's in the fucking film. It's the scene where they're on the space station, Count Europa, for the first time. And just before the fight between Xander and Johnny kicks off, it's playing in the background. I thought, oh my god. Because there's also Alicia's Attic have a couple of songs in there, which was another reason to love them. What stream was that on? Crystal McDowell. It's on Twitch. Crystal, like me, Sip, Heed, are regulars viewers to her thing, and Me and Heed are actually mods on her channel. But yeah, it's been listening to her for like 2 years, over 2 years. The boy got initiative as always. He's currently charging down all my characters. That boy's a killer. Alicia's Attic, there's a group I haven't thought of for a while. I absolutely love Alicia's Attic. It's one of my pleasures. I'm not saying guilty pleasures. I just love listening to their songs. I'm all about sort of harmonies and rhythms, bass lines. I enjoy music, but I can enjoy a song just because it's got one thing in there that sort of just like just I listen to it and just go, wow, that's just awesome. And their harmonies are really, really cool. Anyway, it's the same with All Saints. I love All Saints for the same reason. '90s Britpop. And they're from like South Essex, they're like Dagenham way, I think. Dagenham Barking, I think they come from originally. Dude, the drums and bass on Never Ever was fire. You can't call them guilty pleasures, they're just pleasures. Embrace that shit. Oh, you listen to them. So yeah, they're class. You sing like that, motherfucker. Right, so I'm going to rinse and repeat. So same thing. So las cannon, heavy bolters, las cannon. Just to be different. It makes no difference. It's the same weapon loadout. You've only got the choice of heavy bolters or las cannons. There is no tune whatsoever in this, which I find surprising. And as I was saying, like, what makes the Sikaran kits really good is that you've got the alternate options to have both turrets, but not in the Kratos. So, kind of bit of an arse, really. What's the weapons loadout on the big kits? So you've got the options of sponsons between heavy bolters and las cannons. The sponsons, heavy bolters or las cannons. The turret autocannon is default. Well, you've got to have a double cannon. Don't do any weapons options for it. But the main guns can either be the battle cannon or the melter. Now, with the battle cannon, you get 2 profiles. So up to 20 inches is one profile. Up to 10 inches is the heavier, which basically, because in the 40k game or Heresy game, it comes with optional ammunition. So you have the weapon. You've got 2 types of weapon ammunitions standard. So one's like penetrator, one of them sort of like frag. But then you can upgrade for an extra sort of 15 points to have like melter rock shells. So you can really do even more damage with a penetrator shell. Flash burn shells, I think they're called. So to represent flash burn, you've got the within 10 inches you do a higher strength, better penetrative shot. Really, really wanting Land Raiders though. I really just want Land Raiders. Not even Spartans, just fucking Land Raiders. I said to a friend of mine years ago, he was trying to build a World Eaters army. And so obviously World Eaters, you want to get into close combat and all that sort of stuff. And so I just said to him, look, why don't you just go with like units where you can have things like Armoured Core, whatever, you can have Land Raiders as transports. And just have them, they're your anti-tank men. So you've got a transport for your close combat dudes, plus you've got anti-tank capabilities in 2 twin-linked las cannons. So yeah, that sounds all right. And so I thought, it would be quite thematic and standard. And he played this game. This was in 2019 because he played it at the Horus Heresy Weekender that year. There's another friend, and they absolutely hated it. Oh, this is just like it's broken. It's broken. It's just got fucking Land Raiders as a fucking transport option. It's not as if he's got like multiple Spartans or anything like that, or like double Warhounds, which used to be quite popular with turbo lasers. And it's just like, it's not broken about it. It's just fucking 4 tanks. But yeah, no pleasing some people. Well, you say like music peaked in the 90s. I have been saying, again, one of those little things that I noticed a few years back is that there's been no decent like anthem songs since the end of this millennium, I think. Because I think the last one I can remember was Perfect Day, Lou Reed's Perfect Day, when they reissued it as part of like Children Need or whatever. And I remember that being played at my then mother-in-law's over and over again, and everyone generationally, so youngsters, people my age, and then adults, all joining in. And it's you always got songs like that every now and again. Within every couple of years, a song would come along that would cross all genres, all generations, and people just knew the lyrics and sang along with it. But there's not really, since the new millennium, there's not been another one that I can remember. Maybe I stopped going to those certain parties. Hey Scott, how are you? your Mantis Warriors are getting so much love, which is hardly surprising because they're fucking awesome. So you'll be known now as, hey, it's that Mantis Warrior guy. Hey, Mantis Warrior guy. Which isn't a bad thing, really, if you think about it. But what I think you should do, Scott, you listening? You should get yourself a McFarlane Space Marine and paint that up as a. You can get the plain blank ones. Paint that up as a Mantis Warrior when you get back after your break from painting, because you have been very busy. I did. Can't remember. It was on a Discord. I think I heard you saying tub thumping. I was thinking tub thumping as well. So there's no painting on here, Scott. Just building. Mantis guy. Not the superhero we need, the superhero we got. If you search on Instagram for Scott Fraser, you'll see his Mantis Warriors, and they are fucking excellent. So I think they're on my. If you look on my Instagram profile on the stories, there is one, as I shared it yesterday, of one of his Terminators. So you can find him through that if you so wish. But if you just want to have a look. It's really nice. Lol, give any superhero the suffix guy instead of man, and he immediately sounds like he sucks. Bad guy, super guy, iron guy. I've been tempted at that huge scale. Wish they came 54mm scale again. I'd be all over that scale. Yeah. As everyone, I take it you've seen the Joy Toy release, not release, or previews today, the Imperial Fists, with a certain dude. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. His name's gone. Greg, help me. Greg, help me. Black Templar, the original Black Templar. My brain is just shut down. Honestly, I'm envisioning, and oh my god. Henning Schlender, hi, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, sir. Welcome. We're hello building tanks here at the moment. Not Halbrecht, fuck. Sigismund, thank you. Siggy. The Joy Toy Sigismund is freaking awesome. Now, I haven't got any Joy Toys. I've got a McFarlane Primaris. I was waiting for it to dawn on you. Oh, very good, very good. I had the S, and I could not get it. It just would not manifest. Yeah, I bought the Sideshow collectibles when they came out in the 90s, but I haven't jumped on any of the Joy Toy stuff. Yeah, I haven't got any Joy Toy stuff yet, but like some of the Mechanica stuff, I thought, ooh, because they had the Castellan robot, and I thought, ooh. But I did get myself the McFarlane, they're only like 20 odd quid. So the McFarlane Primaris, and painted that up as a Raptor. So very pleased with that. That stands in my hobby TARDIS. But as I say, like the Mark III armour as well looks really cool in biggie scale. And obviously they got the Questoris Knight coming out as for them. It's just so much awesome stuff. Like, I was really impressed with the Invicta Warsuit that they brought out. Because Engine Phil, who's occasionally here, if he's not being banned, he's got one around his house, and it's, when I've seen it, I thought, oh, bloody hell, that's a bit of a chunk. Nicely impressive. I 100% have pre-order on the McFarlane's Mark III fists. Yeah, so Joy Toy does them first, and then McFarlane gets them. Is that the thing? So that Questoris Knight, the amount of, because it's almost 2 foot tall, like 54 inches. No, 54 centimeters. So 60 centimeters is 2 foot. 60 centimeters is also the approximate height of a Warlord Titan from Forge World. So, at the Titans Owners Club, so many people were saying, oh my god, as a count as. What? You can't have a fucking Questoris Knight as a count as a Warlord Titan. They look nothing alike, and they don't have the weapons. Don't you harass my hobby? Yes. Wait, maybe it's Joy Toy and I'm confused. Yeah. Or just buy a blank McFarlane one and paint it. You've got the skills. Embrace that horror. Big fan of that. Yeah, Fafnir Rand. That was like, I know they brought out like Gulliman, and they're bringing out Dawn as well, and Lionel Johnson. It's like, oh my god, Lionel Johnson in his 40k pose. It's like crazy. Hey Theon, Happy New Year to you too. As the storms abated out in Ireland, we've had a bit of a breeze and a bit of wetness over here. Not too bad though, it's eased out. It was more yesterday afternoon, it was a bit crappy. Right, so I'll do some notices. Yeah, Fafnir Ram looks the nuts. Sigismund looks really impressive though. And yeah, I am a more of a Siggy fan. Bit calmer today. Right, got to walk the dog. Right. See you in a bit. We should still be here. Because after these are built, I might build some Xiphons. So, because I've got to make a start on the Emperor's Children at some point. It's their time to shine. Harry Potters. Just realised I should add you on the gram. What? You haven't added me on the gram already? My goodness. Just started on the Siege of Terror books. No spoilers, just read a bit with Seek and Fafnir fighting together, and it was so good. Oh, so you must be on Terror then. Because I know Siggy wasn't on Terror to start with. I'll tell you what, when you get up to Warhawk, mate, right, once you get onto Warhawk, there's going to be a scene. And when you read it, you'll know it's the one that I just went, oh yes. And it's not a fighting scene. It's a scene, and alright, Dawn and Sigismund. That's it. Having a chat, kind of thing. I have several chats throughout the series, but this is in that particular book, and what happens. No more. and the other thing is, like, you always get spoilers, dude. You know Sigismund survives because he creates the fucking Black Templars. I'm on the Solar War. Sixty-odd books I've been waiting for this. Yeah. Key chat. I've just seen this where Dawn tells him he's been a very naughty boy and he's been really spraying his arm, and Siggy grows a droopy fringe and plays Linkin Park. No. There is no Linkin Park in that scene. No. No, I've lost the las cannon. Found the las cannon. It's fine. It's fine. Don't panic. But that's the thing, is with like the Siege of Terror books, you can read them on their own. You know, yes, you do get more of a you get more out of them if you have read the Heresy series, sort of thing. And to be fair, with the Heresy series, you don't have to read them all. You know, there are certain ways you can go about reading them. But when you get to the book such as Saturnine gives you lots of payoff from this heresy and stuff. But, as I said, you don't necessarily have to have read that, not because you can still enjoy it because of what happens, the story that's going on, the fighting. Yes, brother! All that jazz. So, it won't disappoint. And I have enjoyed all the books. But on the same token, I'm not one of those people that looks too deeply into things. I just take what I get, and yeah, all been good. Even having read all the books, there's so many names I can't keep track anyway. So you could skip some. Yeah, there's loads of ones. Like, to be fair, you don't really have to read any of the Salamander books, um, or even like Deliverance Lost, because with the Raven Guard, they have pretty much the least amount of stuff going on. You know, in like novellas and all that sort of stuff. You know, you've got Iron Hands have got more, and obviously with the Salamanders, definitely got a lot more going on for them. And Salamanders were almost wiped out. You know, because the majority of their legion was on Istvan 5, sorry. Um, whereas Iron Hands only had their lead elements and elites with them, and Raven Guard, well, I say a lot escaped, a proportion escaped. So, yeah, those parts are so tiny. They are, mate. They really are. Look how tiny. Look how tiny. That's a sponson. Sponson. Look at the dude. It's a little marine dude. Oh, with his Mark II armour. Oh, yeah, Nemesis. I actually enjoyed Nemesis. It was one of the first books that didn't necessarily focus on Space Marines. So I can't remember if that came out before Mechanicum or not, but it was one of those books where, like, Mechanicum's Mechanicum. You've got Titans, you've got Knights, and Mechanicum as a one-off book is really good. Very enjoyable. I would all get lost if I was building it. Like in Nemesis, the Eversaw assassin is, I just love it. It's fucking batshit crazy. And like with Mechanicum, Mechanicum has one of my favourite characters in there, and he's not even like a main character. It's a side support character, a side character, and that's Romu 31. Because he's just the epitome of dedication and duty. I'm reading Talon now, and it's almost a necessity for an SA player of the. Yes. The thing about Talon, now I've not read any of the Talon books. Never, because I think initially they were like limited or special edition type affairs, so I didn't get them. And then I never bothered to go back. They did come out, but as conflicts go, the Talon conflict was perfect. And is a perfect setting for Legions Imperialis and stuff. That Paramar as well, the Battle of Paramar. Definitely should be read up on. Titan Death. I don't know why Titan Death does sort of stand apart, although its position is just before, obviously, the Siege of Terror. But Henning Schlender, I have to go. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for dropping in. Have a wonderful time and Happy New Year to you. See you again, maybe. Haha, tried to get me there, didn't you? Swang. I was talking to the part there, not you, him. That's because you were swaying. So there's quite a few I think there's a few sort of websites where you can actually, even you just Google Horus Heresy reading order, and they'll give you, you know, some ideas of which ones to read, which ones are sort of kind of essential, and which ones aren't. Because there is a lot of reading there, but then you might be fast readers. So, just had a first look update email from Warhammer. Oh, it's just the email about the bloody store anniversary models. That's late. That was out in the wild this morning, wasn't it? There's a massive flowchart of all the books. Yeah. Hydra Dominatus. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, Legion is, again, a standalone book, but it does give you a nice little insight into the Alpha Legion. Although they did sort of went along with the Cabal story arc, and then they just got rid of it. But another book, if you want to really, like, Legion is really good, but Mike Brooks's Alfarius Primarch novel is really good, because there's stuff in that which some of us veterans, you know, from way back, you hear of, like, lore stuff and the backgrounds and all that sort of shenanigans. But there was this one thing that I remember, like a conspiracy theory, you know, amongst the Primarchs, and what you find out in the first sort of, well, because I listened to an audiobook, so within the first sort of 10-15 minutes of his book, Alfarius's Primarch book, what comes out there, you just go, fuck, that's like something that I remember hearing. But it's also good because it basically says, like, you know, I'm Alfarius. You don't have to believe what I say, but this is what I'm going to tell you. So, do you believe what he tells you? That's the question. That is the hard one. Because that's the thing, like, most people, like, reading the heresy books and all that, they read something in the books and they take it as, you know, oh, that's it, that's canon, that's law. The biggest example of that mistake is from Aaron's book, his first heresy novel, The First Heretic. Because there's a bit in there, and lots of people already know this, and plus the book's been out for donkey's years anyway, but it's where a squad leader of a word bearer's assault squad is talking about the lost legions, the missing legions, well, those two, and that the Ultramarines were so big because they got all the gene seed from the lost legions. So everybody took that as gospel. Aaron has even gone on record as saying he's not a reliable eyewitness because he's a squad leader of an Astartes assault squad. How the hell would he know of the machinations and stuff? It's gossip. It's basically soldier gossiping. Oh yeah, they're so big because they got all the gene seed and all that from those two legions. Okay. Or you can go by the stuff that has been written in books such as like Conquest, which is the Forge World Black Library. The Forge World book for was it Conquest or was it Tempest? No, it's Tempest, I think. Or it's the one with the Ultramarines, where it gets the background of the Ultramarines. So the reason they're big is that they have one of the most stable of the gene seeds. So implantation works much better compared to other legions. And because of that, that helps them get their numbers up. And then they belong to the Primarch, who's the most organised motherfucker in the universe. And he has, by the time he's found, an empire of his own with 500 worlds in. Now, what do you think a person of his abilities are going to do when trying to build up forces? He's going to be very, effective. He's going to be very direct, and he's going to get shit done. And that is why you have, at the start of the heresy, the Ultramarines are numbering 250,000 because they have the largest fucking base to recruit from and the most efficient, organised arsehole at the top. And I'm saying that out of love for Guilliman, because I do love Guilliman, but the boy has got talent for administration and organisation. So that's why they are the largest legion, because of the gene seed stability and Guilliman and Ultramar. So make of it what you will, but he gets shit done. So much so, and this has been mentioned in the Siege of Terror, again, not really a spoiler as such, but it's basically, by the time of the Siege of Terror, Guilliman has rebuilt his legion. So from Calth, and then the decade and a bit after Calth, from obviously losing so many Astartes in one day, sort of thing, putting them to a low, he's rebuilt his legion in 10 years. And that's one of the reasons why Horus wants to get shit done quickly, because you've got a full legion of Space Marines coming to Terra. So that legion on its own is already outnumbering the traitors, because they've not got the numbers in comparison. Yeah, they've got demons, but you've got 250,000 plus support of Ultramarines coming after you. So Yeah, squaddy rumours and shitting after another legion is like current soldiers that shit talk another division. Exactly. So oh, he's letting it to be insulting to him. The reason why he's the regent. Well, I'm really interested to see how things progress with the Lion in 40k, the Dark Imperium, or Red, um, Son of the Forest, and that was really good. Again, that's another Mike Brooks book, but the Lion is as a character, I prefer him in the Dark Imperium than I do in Heresy. The reason why he's the regent is because he was the first one back. But I don't see the Lion being made regent. Yeah, it might come back and go, yeah, hi, yeah, I'm here. He would be more put in as a like war master. He wouldn't be given the keys to the kingdom. He would be used for what he's good at, which is killing things. Same as Korax, same as Jagatai. There would be commanders, they like war masters if they were the first ones back, or something along that line, but they wouldn't be made regent. You know, the emperor instead, sort of thing. Because old G-Dog, where's his shit? When it comes to massive organisational stuff. Yeah, I want a book that's just them in a room kind of getting up to speed. Would be interesting mirror to those discussions around Ultramar Secundus. There's a reason why it's called the Unremembered Empire. But just like Goodman said in Unremembered Empire, says, I'm creating this, we've got no contact with Terra, and we need a rally point. We need a figurehead. But I cannot take that, because then that makes me as bad as Horus. So he'll be the Kingmaker. And that's why he was a bit reluctant as well when Lion turned up first. That's why he was a bit reluctant about going, okay, you're my older brother. And he looked up to the Lion because he was like, noble and brave, heroic. But it's too damn secretive. And that's why there was a big sigh of relief when St. Bridget's turned up. Not that it was what Sanguinius wanted. As you can tell by the look on his face in the book cover. I really don't want to be here. Yay! Don't want to be here. Goodman, what are you doing? Why are you holding my hand up? Yeah, you can't have the Primarch of a Traitor Legion be Emperor. You are taking the cheap shots. You're getting them in there, ain't you? Because you're real. I know. I'll just go and terrorise people. I'll do stuff and make them feel like, yeah. Another 2 turrets. Let's get the things on as well. I'm probably going to do a quick nip out to the house because I am out of drink. And if I need to go on, I will need to get lubricated. I can't talk about my Primarch, who was essentially playing grown-up Minecraft the whole time. It was I think we all need to chip in for a mini friggin' mini studio. That's most kind of you to offer. It's just a long old walk to the house. But I was just having a little sort of remembrance back to it was Angel Exterminatus by Graham McNeil, friend of the show, Graham McNeil. I say friend of the show. He's never been on friend here. Aaron's been on it in the chat. Popped in, complimented me on my metallics on a melter gun, I think, if I seem to recall. But yeah, in Angel Exterminatus, Perturabo is having some of the captains are playing this like siege simulator game, and they have basic assets there that they know of around the Emperor's Palace, sort of thing. Custodies and this, that, and the other. Blood Angels, White Scars, Imperial Fists, Auxiliary, and that sort of shit. So these captains are playing this simulator of the siege, and putting their forces here and there to in the attack of it, sort of thing. And Perturabo has a go, and basically he takes charge of the defences of the Imperial Palace, and he survives. So it's like, yeah, I survive. It's like, oh, well, that's interesting, that's cool. If Perturabo was manning the walls, they would never have breached them. But the game he was playing, he was using just standard units. There was no fucking like traitors. There was no fucking like turncoat traitors. I mean, like, you know, on sides. There was no extra planar Xenos or demons involved in it. So it's like, oh yeah, you can win a basic game like that. Yeah, that's fair enough. But when you're dealing with all this other shit that you see later on, I don't think he could. Something tells me he couldn't. Lee, please pick up these names you've dropped. I keep tripping on them. Well, you know, I mentioned Graham purely because you spent an evening drinking with him in a place in Wales, I believe. So, don't deny it. You claim to be a buddy of his. And most of the morning. There you go. Yeah, it's like having a simulation that didn't account for demonic incursion and giant overgrown primarchs with wings. Exactly. Because it was also before that exact thing happened. I was like having a chat with some people about Primarchs. There was actually like the new guy at work. I was talking to him about heresy and all that sort of stuff. And it was the, you know, so Angron. He had grievances against the Emperor because of what happened on Desier, where he led his, you know, the only Primarch to be brought up in captivity, who didn't actually conquer his own world, but he made friends with a lot of, you know, gladiators, and they'd escaped like Spartacus, and he was looking forward to dying on a hill with them, and the Emperor came and whisked him away, so he lived and all his brethren died. Now, it was a bit of a dick move. The Emperor could have just gone, okay, let's send down these custodians to help you. You know, you do your thing. We're not interfering with these guys. What? Surely you want to take over the planet, so you might as well get it done this way, and you get your son there. So that would have been totally different. But no, douche dad did that. So you got, you know, that grievance, and then like Nighthauntr wasn't necessarily against the Emperor. He saw what was going to happen, and he gave in to what he saw. So he wasn't necessarily. He was renegade. He wasn't necessarily traitor at the time, but he did have certain ways that were a little bit, you know, frowned upon. Then obviously Magnus, he wasn't necessarily a traitor. He just made bad decisions and agreements with certain things that he shouldn't have, but he did. And what happened to him? And they didn't technically go fully traitor until the Siege of Terror. So from the time of Prospero's destruction, they were like sitting on the fence, hiding, doing the rubric of Araman. Perturabo, he was just sad because he always got all the shit jobs. He wanted to be an artist, but he was a meat grinder. Old Mortarion, again, just like didn't like what was going on. No, don't agree with that. Grumpy old man. Horus, because he got sold a dream. Sold a dream by Erebus in an unstable mind state. Alpha Legion, were they really traitor? The book says otherwise. But yeah, so they all had their things. Apart from Fulgrim. Fulgrim had no beef against the Emperor as such, but he had fallen. So that's where his, and again, he was just after the excess. But yeah, so it's like when you realise that, yeah, Fulgrim didn't go against the Emperor directly. He had no grievances against the Emperor, but he just basically got possessed by a sword, or something was awakened within him. Great White Squig has just saved every attack from Little Big Sips Nids. The boy is not happy. I can actually see his face right now, because I remember when he wasn't very happy at one of the Crystals meetups. Angron and Morty had quite similar finding stories and daddy issues. Peter, time for some squig snacks, I think. Unleash the squigs! Happy New Year, yo, from the Artist's Empire. Hello, buddy. Welcome to the new year that is 2024. And we have small tanks. Small big tanks. Because they're small tanks. They're the medium-sized tanks. And they're the bigger tanks. So, I think Land Raiders are going to be this sort of size, aren't they? Happy New Year! Yes. So, seeing as Artist Empire's just turned up, I'm going to go get a drink, because I'm getting a bit dry around the old mouth area. So, if you don't mind just chatting, I'm going to be about 35-40 seconds. I'll go as quick as I can. I might even just grab some cans and bring in a bottle of Jack Daniels with me. So I'll do that, because that will be quicker. So chat amongst yourselves, and I'll be right back. 2 secs. There you go. Right, I got collared, but yep, I think that's time just to pour the stuff in. So what's going on? What's going on? Cheers to a great 2024. It's nice to start out with a live stream. Exactly. It was actually I was saying earlier on that I thought I was in a parallel universe, because like after going across the threshold from 2023 to 2024, I felt like I might have transited to a parallel Earth, because I went out to drive up the South End to attend to like the kids' cat, because they're away. Sounds like I'm doing a piss. And I was coming off a slip road, and in front of me was an Audi, and this Audi started to indicate when he wanted to change lanes, and that doesn't happen over here. It's like, oh my god, what the hell? And I honestly, for a second, thought I was in another Earth. Alright, he's leaving, destroying. Oi! God damn it, Greg! Can't trust you with anything. He's abandoning us as soon as I get here. For anyone just joining, welcome to Lee's Bratz Doll live stream. Shut the fuck up. Where he talks all things Bratz dolls. You little bitch. Fill her up, fill her up, fill her up. Right to the top. Oh, the bubbles were rising. So, Ooh. So yeah, well that's my drink sorted out. Cheers everybody. Shit, he's back. This week's subject, what's with the heads? Is that Coke going into a whiskey bottle? That's a fucking boss. Well, as I said, I could either pour it into the cans or I could just pull it into this refreshing drinking container. So, cans out of the way. Oh, cheers. Yeah, actually, that's the right. I think that's the right amount of like Jack and Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Max. Sorry. So, yeah. So we've built two tonks, well, 4 tonks. We've chatted lots, and now, as he puts that over there and that over there, because we built the tonks. So again, normally you're looking about 25 minutes per tank. There you go. Oh, bases. Oh, all the bases. More decal sheets, but no good. So everything out of the box. So this is how you get through your grey wall of shame. You take it out and you deal with it. So these guys are going to be the first elements of aerial support for my Emperor's Children. Plus anyone now joining appears that you're nicking an entire bottle of whiskey at 4 PM. I'm a fan. So who's played some Legions games and do you like it? I've watched some games. Battle Bunnies, who did the first video of playing, released that literally the day of release of Legions, and they did a good job with playing through, so you can get a good understanding how the game flows. But as I said, because we've still early days, we haven't got all of the stuff available, so that's going to be drip fed for us. So this is one of the reasons when I first knew of things happening in regards to Legions being an actual thing, I bought up Aeronautica stuff, and that's why I have a nice sized aerial support units for my Imperial Fists. I thought I was being clever by going on eBay and buying a sprue of Xiphons, because I didn't realise a box came with 6. So I bought 3. And I thought, yeah. And then obviously a box costs like 24 quid and I paid like 18 quid for 3. What? That makes no sense. So, yeah. Buy boxes, people. That's my tip for today. Don't hold back. Just buy the box. Embrace the horror. And with Legions, it is a game of total war, quite literally, because Titans, tanks, air support, everything in between. It's what you need. It's what we all need. Now, I seem to remember that we need to get the las cannons out and in place first. Because unlike the big versions of these, you can't add them in afterwards once you've glued the things together. You don't need a box of siphons. Yes, you do. You need to cover all eventualities. So that's why I built these tanks the way I did. So I've got infantry and tank weapons. Obviously, you can fire certain weapons if they've got like light AT, so you can actually benefit using them. And shooting tanks. I haven't managed to play at all yet, but likely have watched a few and are a fan. It seems very quick and surprisingly simple. Have a game planned with a friend as soon as we all stop being sick. See, that's good. Making plans. Right, let's get it going. Count all the minis you make this year, Lee. Well, that's the thing. I posted up on Instagram and I think Twitter about all the models I have done. Because normally, like on Crystal McDowell's Discord, they do, like, he's sort of in charge of it, like a monthly roundup. And Heed, you still there? Has the roundup happened? So you have to do a little collage of things you've done for that month, post it up, and they get shown off, sort of thing. So I went through my Photoshop folder and found all the ones for last year that I'd actually done, because I hadn't. There were some months I didn't do it. Like October, I did not do pretty much anything. Definitely not anything worth posting. And there was a couple of months in between as well, where summer holidays didn't have the opportunity. I'm still here. The stream's at 2 PM on Sunday. There you go. So on Twitch, 2 PM. That's GMT. So that's going to be about 9 AM Eastern Standard Times. Thanks. Yes. You'll be able to find Crystal McDowell on Twitch, and she'll be doing normal painting thingies, as well as showing off people's work. And I think they've also got the yearly one as well, because I got very excited and got told off by Heed for posting it in the wrong chat. I'm sorry. Oh dear. So I don't know whether or not with the live streams, if I should actually start sort of. I know I put it onto Twitter is my main go-to, but whether or not I should actually do it on the Instagram as well. But I don't. I'm happy with the little cozy atmosphere we've got here. I love seeing Lee Swift from the whiskey pot. So I'm what people look up to. People want to be me. If that means drinking out of a whiskey bottle, by jingo, they're going to do it. I'm a trendsetter. Nice. So, Scott, how was your New Year's Eve? What did you get up to? And you know what? That's the second time I've actually used your name. I normally only go by artists. It's 2024 for you. 2024, where you just blab out people's names. Back from the dog walk, both soaked. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I just ran in to get some more alcohol and Pepsi Max, and I thought, oh, it's a bit wet outside. I watched TV and didn't do much. Tried working on the website a bit. 2024, the year of the docs. Now, I'm still having thoughts about Fulgrim Transfigured, whether or not to get him. Because obviously, you know, would be interesting. But the other Fulgrim. But yeah, so it's a lovely model. It's a bit on the scary side of things because those wings and those little tips, you know that they're going to get broken. So I might not. Or I might hold off to see what the GW version of Fulgrim is like. Because that's why we got him first from Forge World. Because they wanted to get him out before the plastic version of him came out to earn maximal cash. So obviously, like Mortarian and all that had been out for a few years, and it makes sense to get him out if you're going to bring out Forge World versions of Primarchs. Get the one that hasn't been released out to make maximum cashage before doing any other ones. I'm seriously thinking of putting these off and a piece of this. Oh. More Xiphons. Yeah, but these are bad Xiphons. These are Xiphons for the traitors. Traitor. So these will be the first of my Emperor's Children stuff. You dried off yet? Dry enough. But I'm really looking forward to. So I want to get these all painted up and get the last of the other Imperial Fists infantry painted because I want to get a picture. I want to get these tanks out. I want to get these airplanes on their bases. The bases have apparently been dispatched, so I've got to get them sorted out. So, like that. So these are the Legions Imperialis bases, but I done the old traditional base, so it matches with. Sorry, my alarm. I have to go and lock up the shop. So yeah, so I wanted to have all the bases the same for these aircraft and everything. Thinking about it, I might need to get. I don't know, because obviously I've got 4 Warhounds with the Imperialis bases, and I'm going to have another 4 Warhounds plus 2 Reavers and a Warlord. Do I invest in the bases for them as well? And then that's what I'm doing with them. I'm literally just getting those lower bases, they're half the size of normal bases, and then making them into my own things. Makes no sense. We're here again now. I think as soon as it gets dark, the rain comes out of hiding. So it's like, ah, yeah, you thought I was gone. You can't see me. Wetness. Have that. One main engine. Alright. A bit premature here by actually gluing that, because I hadn't even cut the bloody engines off that bit. Get the engine cut off first. I feel a little bit more safer doing it that way than what I was just doing, because it puts undue stress onto the situation when I'm trying to glue stuff, because obviously poly cement is good, it starts melting everything, but then if you leave it too long before adding something to it, then it goes a little bit on the hard side, which is not good. Oh, I was going for 3 hours, 20 minutes. It's running for 3 hours. Jesus. Honestly, time has literally flown. Let's get this bit sorted out. So we have So all we got left is the front engines and the rotary rocket launcher, which was my favourite thing ever. I remember being at the Horus Heresy Open Day when they sort of were previewing the Xiphon, and I spoke to Stuart Williamson, who designed, sculpted the master model for it. And as I picked it up and I found it had a rotary rocket launcher, whatever you want to call it, underneath, I was just like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Everything's so much better when you've got rotary at the front of it. Rotary rocket launcher! It's the best thing ever. Actually, I'll probably stay on. I'm going to have something to eat at some stage. So I'll probably stay on to about 6. He says, building stuff. I could actually start painting those Imperial Guard dudes because they're already base painted anyway. So I'll keep going till 6. Then I'm gonna have to have something to eat because I'm freaking starving. But I'll probably come back on later on as well, actually, because why not? I'm going to be hobbying at some stage. I need to have, say, food, may have a little nap. You know, getting a bit old. But yeah, if anyone is not got anything better to do, I'll probably be back on later on anyway. But yeah, as I say, having a nice time, nice chat, and doing hobby. You still out there, artist? The Xiphon is my favourite model in my HH Fist Army. It's understandable. It's a fucking fast interceptor. Let's go all the gubbins. I'm going to try and experiment quickly, he says. No! Ooh. It's a weird motion in my ear. Alright, let's do it the old-fashioned way. This is an experiment. I just stuck it onto my story on Instagram. Right, let's see how this works. Right. So, yeah, so I was experimenting because I've never shared a live stream on Instagram before, so I thought I'd just do that to see if anyone pops in. In fact, noticing the concurrent viewer count has gone down since saying that. Makes me giggle. Xiphon. Xiphon. So, yeah, I ordered, as I said, some bases for Legions for craft, because obviously I didn't have, and they haven't released, apart from the Thunderhawk, they haven't released anything else from the old Aeronautica range for Legions. So I ordered some bases. You can only buy up to 3 packs, so you get 3 bases in each pack, so 9 bases in total. I thought, oh yeah, that'd be enough, because I've got a Thunderhawk that comes with one. And then I've got this, my Fire Raptors, Xiphons, and I thought, oh yeah, that'll do, cover it all. And then realised I've got more than 10 aircraft, so I need to get some more ordered. So I have enough for everyone. That's hot. So yeah, it's not bad going at the moment with all these tiny tonks. And oh, bloody hell. What was wrong with that? That's better. So, 3 Xiphons, 4 of the Kratos. As I often do now, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for all the awesome content you get on whenever I can be online. Yes. Gosh. Right. So that's rubbish. That's rubbish. They are rubbish. I do tend to hoard sprues, but now I've evolved to not hoarding sprues. They're going. So, so in my Dystopian Wars box, where I store my aircraft. So you may notice there's a slight difference between this one and this one. It's more the fact that after I'd built these, I'd put it in a box and the glue leaked. So this was actually stuck to a cardboard box, and obviously the plastic melted along there. So I just thought, oh, it's just metal damage. So typically, out of all the 6 that I've got done, I picked out the worst one. But we've also got it's too big for the screen. So that monster that is the Thunderhawk. It's a beastie. Gosh. So I need more bases. So we've got here, so 6, 10, 12. So yeah, definitely need another 3 plus 3 more. So it's 2 packs. That's Those Xiphons need a third engine and a longer nose. May as well go for the Viper look. The third engine is hidden because it comes through there, goes through the cockpit, so it cooks the pilot and out through there. So 3 exhausts, air intake, air intake, air intake. So there is another engine somewhere. But as I've said to other people, what you want to do is just get the wings off another one, do it that, and you've got an X-wing. Remove that the tail sections, obviously. I should have done it beforehand, but that is basically a fucking X-wing, more than, you know, the Blackbird, which was the stealth Viper thing that they made in Battlestar or BSG, because the wings are the wrong way for a Viper. Yeah. That'd be cool too. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone, you know. So I'm currently sorting out food problems. there's a problem because most places are shut and people wanted takeaways. That's why I was not going to have a takeaway, because I thought places would be shut. Bombing. GW just put up an old world gameplay video. We'll have to take a look at that after the stream. But that's the thing, like, you know, kind of want, like, a couple of years ago, I remember on New Year's Day, they actually done their open day thingy, whatever. Takeaways resolved, they found a Korean, it's all good, it's all good. So that's fine, I've got nothing to worry about. Not that I was having Korean, I'm having leftover chicken. Because damn, that chicken was fine, man. I cooked a tasty chicken. I've got some legs and some thighs and a couple of wings and a little bit of a breast. yeah, so I've got food and some veg, and I'm gonna make myself. I think I'm gonna do some mash. I'll make some mash. I love mash. Mash is great. Mash is life. Really excited to pull 10k VC army I have out of storage and figure out how to get it out there. Oh, poop. Trying to get back onto YouTube. Now I can't fucking try. Asking me where the Xbox controllers are. I don't know. I'm not in the room. Talking of cooking chicken, Lee, have you ever done beer butt chicken? I'll send you a recipe. It's so good. Is that the one where you stick a can of beer into its ass? I'll tell you what. That the chicken I cooked yesterday. So, so it was obviously like fresh chicken. And I thought I'm gonna butter it. I'm gonna butter the chicken. So you get some butter and over the skin, so you're thin it over that. And I'm like, oh, this is quite sexual. Oh, the way I'm stroking this chicken is almost pornographic. I thought that I could do an OnlyFans. Yeah, I'll baste your chicken, baby. I was just going, wow, I'm really going to town on this chicken, just like making sure the butter goes everywhere. If it sits up on a beer can, basically it gets the beer steamed inside, so it's roasted inside out. It's incredible. All right, okay. I knew there was something about inserting a can into it somewhere. No, because when I cook my chicken, I cook them upside down. So you put it onto the tray upside down, because obviously all the juices run through the meat, and that's why it's normally a lot more like tender, moist, but obviously cooked. Master baster. That's good. That's good. Very funny. That's very funny. You're a comedian. Yeah, why not? Yeah, master baster. But yeah, it's as I said, for the second time of cooking a roast dinner from sort of scratch. I was really suspect that we are straying into culinary heresy here. Yes. start slapping the chicken. Actually, did someone? There was because obviously force transfers into energy, transfers into heat. Some young physicist or whatever, somebody who asked the question, how long would it take? Because of E equals MC squared or whatever you want to call it. How long would it take to cook a chicken by slapping it? Because obviously the amount of energy, your kinetic force into energy, and it was saying like you'd have to slap it like 27,000 times or something to cook a chicken, because it's just obviously the energy transference from the kinetic slap and all that sort of thing. So it's just like one of those really weird things that you find on Reddit. How do you cook a chicken by slapping it? Oh, bugger. Since I bought a pellet grill a couple of years ago, I've been cooking like crazy. What's a pellet grill? Is that some sort of like crazy American sort of like grill technology? Because I know like all those like super barbecues and stuff. What was I doing saying? Got pornographic chicken buttering. Sort of paintbrush. It's a barbecue, but it's fueled by wood pellets, so it's got a proper barbecue food with controlled temps. I make brisket, pulled pork, ribs, chicken, smoked salmon on the regular. Did you ever meet up with Steve Lennon? I remember he was in Pennsylvania at one stage. I don't know if he moved when he was married a few years back. But I remember he was in Pennsylvania at some stage, and I obviously can't remember where the fuck you live now. It's in America, but getting a hook up with him, because obviously he goes out hunting deer, doesn't he? So you might be able to get yourself some, a deer. Get some venison going. We had a 4th of July party and did $60 of meat, priced out what I made at the local barbecue, and it would have cost $500 to have case of Jesus. Do it yourself, buddy, and you are. Yeah, we caught up. We were planning on going out, and he was going to teach me to hunt. But then my life went a bit sideways in the divorce and the move. The meeting Amy and good. Well, there you go then, see? Worked out one way, but you just can't hunt. Right. Might have to just go a bit earlier than planned because I've got to deal with some stuff indoors. So I know I was going to try and stay on till 6, but external forces look like changing that to plan, as it often does. Talk about good hobby guys. Steve is great. Yeah, Steve is awesome. There's Raven Guard who did like absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and get the baby to take a nap, so hopefully I can too before the missus gets home. Yeah, no worries, buddy. So I'm just going to finish this line of dudes with their lip doctor, and then I'm going to have to shoot off and deal with stuff because I'm getting text upon text at the moment. So I've got to sort them all out. But yeah, I do plan to be back on later on. So if anyone is bored enough to hang out a bit more, I will be back a bit later once I've dealt with situations and had something to eat and recuperated. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out on this impromptu day of hobby, and we'll get some more done a bit later on. But until then, enjoy the rest of your first day of 2024. Awesome. And yeah, I'll catch up with you again a bit later on. So until then, peace out. Bye.